Here is a comprehensive overview of the history of Israel, from its ancient origins to the most recent significant events, presented chronologically. Part 1. Ancient Foundations to Ottoman Rule, c. 1200 BCE, 1917 CE. Biblical and Ancient Periods. The land, known as Canaan, Judah, Israel, Judea, and later Palestine, is central to Jewish history. The Israelite kingdoms emerge, c. 1200, 586 BCE. After conquests by Assyria, Babylon, and Persia, the Hasmonean Maccabean kingdom rules, 140, 63 BCE. Roman and Byzantine rule, 63 BCE, 638 CE. The Roman Empire conquers the region, destroys the Second Temple in 70 CE following a Jewish revolt, and renames the province Syria Palestina after the Bar Kokhba revolt, 132-135 CE. The land becomes a predominantly Christian region under the Byzantine Empire. Islamic caliphates and crusades, 638-1517. Muslim Arab armies conquer the area. Jerusalem becomes a holy site in Islam. The region sees periods of rule by the Umayyad, Abbasid, and Fatimid caliphates, interrupted by the Christian Crusader kingdoms, 1099 to 1291, followed by Mamluk rule. Ottoman Empire, 1517 to 1917. The Ottoman Turks incorporate the region into their empire for 4 centuries. The population is a mix of mostly Arab Muslims and Christians, with a smaller Jewish minority. Part 2. Zionism, British Mandate and Statehood, late 19th century, 1948, rise of Zionism. In response to persecution in Europe, the modern Zionist movement, founded by Theodor Herzl, emerges in the late 19th century, advocating for a Jewish national home in their ancestral land. British Mandate, 1917 to 1948. During WW1, Britain issues the Balfour Declaration, 1917, supporting a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. The League of Nations grants Britain the mandate for Palestine after the war. Jewish immigration increases, leading to rising tensions with the Arab population. UN Partition Plan, 1947. Following Hutu and the Holocaust, the British refer the issue to the United Nations. The UN proposes Resolution 181, partitioning the land into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem under international administration. Jewish leaders accept, Arab leaders reject it. War of Independence, Nakba, 1947 to 1949, civil war breaks out. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion declares the establishment of the State of Israel. Neighboring Arab states invade. Israel survives and gains more territory than allotted by the UN plan. For Palestinians, this war is the Nakba, catastrophe, as approximately 700,000 become refugees. Part 3. The Early State, Wars and Occupation, 1949-1993, Consolidation and Immigration. Israel establishes a parliamentary democracy. The law of return grants Jews the right to immigrate. Large waves of Jewish refugees from Europe and Arab countries arrive. Major wars, Suez Crisis, 1956. Israel, with Britain and France, invades Egypt after its nationalization of the Suez Canal. Six-Day War, 1967, a transformative conflict. Israel preemptively strikes Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, capturing the Golan Heights, West Bank, including East Jerusalem, Gaza Strip, and Sinai Peninsula. This marks the beginning of the Israeli occupation of these territories. Yom Kippur War, 1973. Egypt and Syria launch a surprise attack on Jewish Holy Day. Israel repels the attacks but suffers heavy losses. Peace with Egypt. Following the Camp David Accords, Israel and Egypt sign a peace treaty in 1979, with Israel withdrawing from the Sinai Peninsula. First Intifada, 1987 to 1993. A major Palestinian uprising, Intifada means shaking off, begins in the occupied territories, characterized by civil disobedience and violence. Part 4. The Oslo Peace Process and its Collapse, 1993-2005. Oslo Accords, 1993 to 1995. Secret negotiations in Norway lead to mutual recognition between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. A framework is created for Palestinian self-rule in parts of the West Bank and Gaza, the Palestinian Authority, with the goal of a permanent peace deal within 5 years. Assassination and stagnation. Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin is assassinated by a Jewish extremist in 1995, halting momentum. Subsequent attempts at final status talks, Camp David 2000, fail over issues like borders, Jerusalem, and refugees. Second Intifada, 2000 to 2005. A far more violent uprising erupts after the collapse of talks, marked by suicide bombings and major Israeli military operations. Unilateral disengagement, 2005. Prime Minister Ariel Sharon orders the evacuation of all Israeli settlers and troops from the Gaza Strip while maintaining control of its borders, airspace, and coastline. Part 5. Conflict, Political Shifts and Normalization, 2006-present. Hamas rule in Gaza, the militant Islamist group. Hamas wins Palestinian legislative elections in 2006. After a brief civil war with Fatah, it takes full control of Gaza in 2007. Israel and Egypt impose a blockade. Wars in Gaza. Repeated cycles of conflict occur between Israel and Hamas. Operation Cast Lead, 2008 to 2009. Operation Pillar of Defense, 2012. Operation Protective Edge, 2014. Multiple escalations in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Political polarization. Israeli politics becomes increasingly fragmented and right-wing, with Benjamin Netanyahu serving as prime minister for a total of over 15 years, 1996 to 1999, 2009 to 2021, 2022, present. Key issues include the conflict, relations with Iran, and domestic divisions between secular and religious communities. Abraham Accords, 2020. Under U.S. mediation, Israel normalizes diplomatic relations with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan, marking a major shift in regional dynamics. Internal crisis and judicial reform, 2023. The Netanyahu government's push for a sweeping overhaul of the judiciary sparks the largest sustained protests in Israel's history, highlighting deep societal divisions. October 7th War, 2023, present. On October 7th, 2023, Hamas launches a devastating surprise attack from Gaza, killing approximately 1,200 people and taking over 250 hostages. Israel declares war and launches a massive military campaign in Gaza, vowing to dismantle Hamas. The war has caused widespread destruction and a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with high Palestinian casualties. It has also triggered regional tensions, including exchanges with Hezbollah in Lebanon and Houthi attacks on shipping. The conflict remains ongoing as of early 2025, with major questions about the day after in Gaza, the fate of the hostages, and the long-term political and security implications for the entire region. Key enduring issues. The core conflicts remain unresolved: the borders of Israel and a future Palestinian state, the status of Jerusalem, the fate of Palestinian refugees, Israeli settlements in the West Bank, security, and mutual recognition. The events of October 7th and the ensuing war have profoundly reshaped the Israeli psyche and the geopolitical landscape, making the path to a two-state solution appear more distant than ever.